and let's see, what was her name?
Aunt Lemoyne?
Newt and Newt and Mildred's daughter. I was trying to think if it was Carol or not. But anyway, she's the one. She and Judy got together and helped Aunt Lemoyne just before she died.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
do.
that's how she got all those pictures.
So did you grow up in Cadillac your whole life when you were little? Did you grow up there and live there?
I grew up in Cadillac until I was 17. And then my dad moved to Alberta to be with the railroad.
How was the Depression for you?
I didn't even know we were poor. We always had plenty of food. And my mother was always good about, she was so good about making clothes and knitting mittens. She was very clever. And so the only thing we didn't have money, we didn't have cash money, but I would babysit and I'd go, maybe a quarter. You could get a lot with a nickel in those days. A nice big healthy double dip ice cream cone. There's all kinds of things, and a good healthy bar, chocolate bar for a nickel.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How about electricity and heat and stuff like that?
Oh, we had electricity, but let's see. No, my mother at that time had one of those stoves that had some gas grill on one side, but carried wood on the other side, so we stuck to the wood. And I told you got wood out in the forest, and my dad and I would go out and cut wood and bring it home.
That's so cool.
In those days,
where'd you cut it from?
Up there, they allowed you to buy to cut wood in certain forests for free during the Depression because they knew people needed the fuel because we couldn't afford to buy the gas for the furnace anymore. But boy, you put these big chunks of pine that had sap in them, and they would last for a long, long time in a furnace. It was great. So I was always warm enough too. I was never cold. So.
Did you ever have lanterns in the house for light?
Later on, we did use kerosene lamps, but that was a while after that. For a while. Now we hung on pretty well at first, but my parents took care of everything. They never discussed finances in front of us.
That's nice.
That was a private thing for the two of them.
That's nice.
You don't want to scare us or worry us, I guess.
Right.
And I'd have my lunch downtown. I had two girlfriends that I walked to school with every day, and we'd go to the Salvation Army. They had one of them was a regular at the Salvation Army, and they let us have one room that we could have our lunch, and we'd chip in and buy a can of cocoa, and we'd make cocoa. And whenever we'd run out of something, somebody would bring up like maybe canned milk and add it to the cocoa, and we had sugar, and then we'd bring a sandwich. Sometimes it was just peanut butter, but it was a sandwich. And one time I had a nickel, and on the way to school, I stopped at the bakery, and they had Dale goods, and for a nickel, I could get one of those buns that's filled with juice or pudding or something like that. And that was one of them. I'd cut it up in 3 pieces, and each one would have some. But then we didn't have to go all the way home because we had quite a way to walk. So we were just a short distance from the high school.
During the Depression, was it you 3 girls and your brother Bill? Was that who was in the house at that time?
Yeah, let me see. Donna was born in that house.
Oh, nice.
And Marion was born when I was in 5th grade, the one who died. Nancy was born quite a bit later. And Donna was born in that house when I first went to high school.
Wow. You saw all the kids coming in, didn't you? Being the
oldest. At that time, we had 2 bedrooms in a small, It's the only one we could get with the big family. It's the only one we could have. So she had 2 double beds in this one bedroom, and the boys slept in the one bed. Of course, we were all little kids, didn't matter. And we 3 girls slept in together on a double bed. And Nancy, well, Nancy was already born. She was a baby.